Hey, what is up guys? Tyler here with Secureteam. So the other day I posted a video, if you'll remember, about the Bermuda Triangle, which is the loosely defined region in the western part of the North Atlantic Ocean where a lot of strange things happen, a lot of disappearances, a lot of UFO sightings, and for me, and probably for a lot of you, the Bermuda Triangle was one of the very first topics that kind of opened the door to this world of strange that we all love. It was one of those very first things that really kind of led everyone down the rabbit hole into UFOs, secret cover-ups, and more. It got me thinking about some other mysterious bodies of water, and in today's video, we're going to talk about another enigmatic triangle. However, this one is not located in any region of the ocean, no. Today, we are going to take a dive into what is known as the Bermuda Triangle of the Great Lakes, aka the Lake Michigan Triangle. So for those of you who don't know, or if you're not from the United States, the Great Lakes are a series of interconnected freshwater lakes located primarily in the upper Mideast region of North America on the Canadian and United States border. So the Lake Michigan Triangle, sometimes referred to as the Michigan Triangle, spans from Manitowoc, Wisconsin to Ludington, Michigan, and south to Benton Harbor. The triangle has accounted for numerous mysterious events, beginning in 1891, when a scooter ship named the Thomas Hume set off across Lake Michigan for lumber. The Hume disappeared, along with its crew of 7 sailors, where not a single trace of the boat was ever to be found. It is said that in this area, boats and planes have disappeared in good weather with no evidence ever found as to why they vanished. UFO sightings are also frequent in the area, and many boats have also reported compass failures and unexplained trouble inside the triangle. There have been numerous reports of these unexplained disappearances, weird happenings, and even periods where time itself seems to slow down and speed up. And so today we are going to talk about some of the most notable and mysterious cases that have occurred in this triangle. So in 1921, 11 people inside a boat called Rosa Belle disappeared, and their ship was later found overturned in Lake Michigan. It was noted that the ship had been damaged in some sort of collision, but no other ship had reported an accident, and no other wreck was ever found. The bizarre case of Captain George R. Donner is one of the more mysterious triangle cases, when on April 28, 1937, Captain Donner vanished from his cabin after guiding his ship through icy waters. Exhausted, the captain retired to his cabin with the instructions that he be called when the ship neared Port Washington. Some 3 hours later, as the ship got near its destination, a crew member went to alert him that they were nearing the port and found that the door was locked from the inside. And so they broke into the cabin only to find it empty. The sailors began an exhaustive search of the vessel, but to no avail. The captain had disappeared and was never seen again, and there was never a clue as to what happened to Mr. Donner and where exactly he disappeared to. One of the creepiest and most mysterious cases over Lake Michigan happened in 1950, when Northwest Airlines Flight 2501, which was carrying 58 people, crashed into Lake Michigan. The plane and its passengers were never found. At the time, it was the deadliest commercial airliner accident in American history. Just before the crash, the pilot had requested to descend to 2,500 feet because of a, quote, severe electrical storm which was lashing the lake with high-velocity winds, when the plane suddenly disappeared from radar. To this day, the plane wreckage has never been found, and the cause of the crash remains unknown. What we do know, however, is that about 2 hours after the last communication from Flight 2501, 2 police officers reported seeing a strange red light hovering over Lake Michigan and disappearing after about 10 minutes, leading many to believe that a UFO was to blame. An extremely popular theory blames the Triangle Mysteries on an ancient underwater rock formation discovered in 2007. The 40-foot ring of rocks resting underneath the lake has a very similar alignment to that of Stonehenge. A man by the name of Mark Holley, a professor of underwater archaeology at Northwestern Michigan College, discovered the stones arranged in a circle 40 feet below the surface of Lake Michigan. One stone outside the circle was found to have carvings that resemble a mastodon, which is an elephant-like animal that went extinct over 10,000 years ago. And just as a side note here, while we're on the subject of Stonehenge, have you guys noticed that a lot of these strange formation of rocks have been found lately? Not just Stonehenge itself, but now we have this found at the bottom of Lake Michigan, and we've even found a similar formation on the planet Mars. And you can find this in the satellite imagery on Google Mars. And so this very anomalous circular stone formation on the red planet has been dubbed Mars-Henge, discovered situated on a lone mound in the barren Martian desert where, at dead center, we see what appear to be multiple rows of rocks creating these circles. And I'm showing you pictures here of the real Stonehenge and the one found on Mars, and there are a lot of similarities. And so the theory has been posed many times that Stonehenge and these rocks have an off-world connection to something. And as we know, Mars used to be very similar to Earth, and all of the anomalous structures and ruins and movement that we've seen on Mars throughout the years would indicate that Mars is definitely still very active. Furthermore, we've even found pyramids on Mars, which is another thing that we've been discovering on other bodies throughout the solar system. So it would seem that the formations on Earth have a very common link with some of the other planets and moons out in space. And hell, even our own Stonehenge here on Earth is still shrouded in mystery, with very little known about the site and what it was used for when it was built in around 3100 BC. Some people believe it was used for religious ceremonies, while others have linked it as a meeting point for extraterrestrial visitations. But I just wanted to show you guys the Martian Stonehenge, and as we go back to the Michigan Triangle, many of these strange occurrences have happened directly above the formation of stones, including UFO sightings. Some have even claimed that the triangle is a time portal and that it could bend time, calling the cause a, quote, metaphysical force with a supernatural vortex of energy. Some blame the disappearances on the extreme weather often found on Lake Michigan, but this wouldn't explain some of the most notable and mysterious cases that we've spoken about today. It's also been said that there have been strange creatures sighted in the lake's waters. And with the active hustle-bustle of today's Lake Michigan, I'd be willing to bet that few people know just how mysterious these waters are and the unknown things that may be lurking in its depths. From sea monsters to ghost ships to disappearing planes and crew members, unidentified flying objects, is there something to this, or is it simply the making of a good science fiction movie or legend? I want to know what you guys think, so let me know down in the comments, and if you have your own strange experience on Lake Michigan, be sure to let us know or send me an email about it, because I'd love to hear it. So with that, thank you guys for stopping by today. The world we live in continues to be filled with mystery and secrets, and it is because of that that we continue on this search for truth, and I want to thank you all for your support and your viewership. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all back with much more in just a bit. Stay safe, guys.